iPhone 15 Pro. You might think with the increment update there isn't much to talk about with this iPhone, but boy, I was wrong. There's much to talk about, and in today's video I will be covering the design, USB-C, the overheating issue, and most importantly, that camera. At the time when I purchased this iPhone, there was a rumble with the overheating issue, and I can say when I first purchased this iPhone, I first started setting it up, it was hot to the touch. It was uncomfortable hot. But after a while, after I finished setting up the phone went back to normal and start running smoothly. What I've noticed though, for the last couple of days, based on the time now, it's very hot outside. The phone tend to get hot and then it will dim. I think that is normal around any iPhone, especially when you're outside, the screen will dim and the phone will get hot, especially if you're out there in the sun, depending on the degrees and so on. But that's normal. But what I want to say though, Apple stated that it is normal when the phone overheat, especially when you're transferring files from your old device to your new device. It will get a little bit hot because of the RAM and processing that is going on in the background. But after a while though, after you finish setting up your iPhone, the phone should go back to normal and running smoothly. So if you're worrying about the overheating issues of the iPhone 15 Pro, 15 Pro Max or the 15s, you shouldn't worry about that because it is just a normal process.
Design. Something that I said in my past reviews, Apple do a good job in making the iPhone feel like a piece of jewelry. They are shiny, delicate, and have some weight. The previous stainless steel model emulates this amazingly well titanium. On the other hand, it is known to be a sort of a luxury finish, has that industrial design. Apple mentioned on their own website the same alloy used on this iPhone was previously used on the iPhone before, and that is notable. I think that the titanium model matches the previous model. That doesn't make it a bad thing, as it still feels very premium. The titanium mainly is around the size, which shouldn't make the device more rigid. The edges of the part where the screen and the back connects to the sides are much more rounded, so it feels a lot softer in the end than previous model. I personally love the titanium. I've gone with the natural titanium color this time around because it's my first time that I've gone with a lighter iPhone in 3 years. I was on the fence, but now that I got it in my hand, I think it looks stunning. However, the back is still glass, and like any force will make it crack. I have a lot of people ask me if it feels fragile and if it feels as fragile as the previous iPhone. If you drop it or apply any excessive force, naturally it's going to crack. I feel like you will be silly not to expect it to crack because that's what glass will do. As long as you take care of it, it should be fine. If you're a person who is dropping your iPhone or like to use a protective case, make sure to check out the ones from Spigen. This video is not sponsored by them, it's because that's what I'm currently using. The clear case, of course. I like these cases and they hold up really well. They have a wide variety of cases to choose from as it relates to style, protection for your camera, your screen sides, and these cases have a coat for anti-yellowing, which prevent your case from yellowing much faster. They have cutouts for the action button, charging, speakers. I would say the MagSafe is quite strong, a little harder to remove the iPhone from the MagSafe charger. Spigen indicated that the case can protect your iPhone from drop up to 5 feet. Now, I'm not going to test this out myself, but from feeling these cases for the past years, they are durable, thinner. You can still see the beauty of your iPhone, and if you're interested in any of these cases, I will leave a link for it down in the description so you can go ahead and check it out. The camera. The significant change is the addition of the new 5x zoom, which is equivalent to 120mm. However, it's only limited to the Pro Max version. You will only get the 3x zoom on the standard Pro. I've been using the iPhone 15 Pro camera for some time now, switching between the 3 lenses to see which one takes a better quality images. And the question is though, do you prefer the 5x zoom for the iPhone 15 Pro Max or the 3x zoom for the iPhone 15 Pro? I think it's not a right or wrong answer here. It's all down to preferences and what you are looking for, and if you see yourself using the 5x zoom or the 3x zoom. The rest of the camera, as far as I can tell, is the same as the 14 models from last year, which to be honest, I was quite surprised. As usual, there are some sort of an update to the camera, whether there is a better lens, better something that tells you about the iPhone, but I was disappointed to know that there wasn't any biggest changes, and the reason I try to upgrade every year is because the camera is one of those reasons why I would want to upgrade but there was not much changes to the camera. This I exclusively shoot in ProRAW. I would recommend it if you're looking for the best image quality and want to have more control over your images when editing them. For me, I use Lightroom to edit my images because it removes Apple way of processing it, like over sharpening. Apple normally apply this to make the images look a little bit more natural, as if they came from a high-end mirrorless camera. The depth of field still have the way to give you a great separation between the subject and the background. If the subject is close enough to the lens, I've noticed with the larger iOS update delay between taking shots in the ProRAW I've reduced. Still not fast as if when ProRAW is off, but definitely faster than other before when the update of the iOS 17. With the camera, you can get opportunity to choose between different millimeters such as 24, 28 and 35, and I see a quite of use for this for most people. By default, pictures are now coming out at 24 megapixel rather than 12 megapixel, giving you that high megapixel battery life. I'm going to brush over it very quickly because it's mostly the same as last year. I can get a day with no problem with the iPhone 15 Pro and easily a day and a half with the 14 Pro Max. All depend on usage, of course. If you're someone that is constantly browsing, taking a lot of photos and videos, you're going to kill the battery life much quicker. So if you're a heavy user, make sure to have a battery pack around to give you your battery juice whenever you're running. The action button is a very welcome upgrade. Unlike the silent switcher on the iPhone 14 Pro Max, which I've never used, the action button is infinitely more useful. It has its own settings page where you're given a bunch of options. By default, it's on silent mode, but you can change it to the camera, torch, voice memo, magnifier, shortcuts accessibility feature, or you can just go ahead and turn it off. The key option is the shortcut feature. You can assign any shortcut you have made, and who has experience with the shortcuts app is powerful. You can keep it simple or to make it open any app with the shortcuts, or you can make it more super complex. Like example, you can set a shortcut where you have the action button to play music. You can have it to set a reminder, write a quick notes, or more other options that you can use. And to me, it's more useful and it's an action in just one button. I kept it on the camera app, so I can just like press and hold on the action button, which will open up the camera, and then I can go ahead and take images or record videos much faster. And that's why I believe that this is one of the biggest upgrade of the iPhone. The other big change, which has been expected for a while now, is the USB-C. The Lightning port has gone and the USB-C port support 3 speeds, which should make it easier for you to move large files from your iPhone to your Mac, PC, and much more. You also have the option to connect a bunch of different USB-C accessories, such as an SSD card. That is great. You can now record from your iPhone to your SSD card. It shows you how much hours of recording you have, and that's really important. And when I say that you can do so much with the iPhone 15 Pro and you think that is a small upgrade, I really believe that is one of the biggest upgrade since the iPhone. There is also the new A17 Bionic chip inside of the device, which make it much better as it relates to performance and improvement in completing tasks and much more. I can say that this video is not targeted towards people upgrading to the iPhone 15 Pro, but if you're looking to get a better usage, you can definitely go ahead and check out this model. But I would say that the biggest update, you have the titanium finish, you have USB-C, camera improvement as it relates to that 5x zoom, you also have the action button and more. I definitely think that this phone is quite upgrading too. And that's it. That's my 2 cents on the iPhone 15 Pro. Let me know, guys, if you like this review, and let me know what your thoughts on the iPhone 15 Pro, if it's a device you would try to upgrade to or not. And always, thanks for watching. Remember to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Odin here. See you next time.